Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. What is going on? I hope everyone is having a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Hope you all are enjoying yourselves. We're getting close to the weekend, and it feels like each day it's getting a little bit warmer, and I fucking love it. I really mother trucking love it.
Bro,
But
I
this
don't. It's 80 degrees here.
Well, that's you, buddy. You guys don't even feel the real winter like we do here in the Northeast, or in my case, the Midwest. You don't really feel it like we have it. Okay, you, my friend, you deal every morning trying to heat up your automobile for 10 minutes. You know what I mean? You try. Do me a favor, Mike. Send Chase the link. Send him the link. Send him the link. Send the link in the chat. All right, in our group
All
chat.
right,
You know what I
all
mean?
right.
But what is going on, everyone? This is another live edition of S.A.D. Something about Dynamite here on the Around the Point Network. I hope all of you once again are having a very good day. We're going live 2 times today on this channel. This is one out of two. But what's going on, everyone? I am that Peruvian Fight TV extraordinaire. Some would call me, well, later on, they will call me a man of honor. The man of honor himself. I am Steve.
Okay, whatever you say, Steve.
And of course, we're here joined by the good brother all the way from Detroit. He is the parlay paralyzer himself. He is the pride of Detroit. I think he's froze right now, but that is Big Mike. What's going on, Big Mike? How are you, buddy?
Nothing much, man. Chilling.
Are you chilling with Chase?
Sort of, kind of.
Sort of, kind of, yeah. And of course, he's scrolling through his phone right now. He's probably ordering his food. I don't even know what he's doing right now.
I already ate my burger.
He ate his burger already. He's probably doing blackjack right now for all. He's probably playing solitary right now for all I know.
am trying to pull up the end of this Mississippi State Florida game.
Look at this. Look at this. He's focused so much on sports right now on a game. Not like he placed a bet on this game or anything.
It's my school, Steve. I want to see if we win.
Yeah, you got to believe, man. Just sometimes leave it to fate. That's all you got to do.
We fucking suck. I can't leave it to fate.
Sometimes you just have to, man. Sometimes you just have to.
Oh, motherfucker! I can't find a goddamn.
And of course, he's also the host of All Honor, which you'll be able to see live later today at 7 p.m. Eastern time here on the Around the Point Network. It's the Ring of Honor watch along, Mr. Caden Lee. Aren't you excited today, Caden? You're gonna have two or three championship matches tonight on Ring of Honor
There
TV?
are 3. We have the Ring of Honor TV Championship on the line as Samoa Joe defends against Tony Deppen.
I like him.
We have the pure title on the line with a visiting Timothy Thatcher making his second appearance in AEW Ring of Honor. Of course, he faced Bryan Danielson a few weeks ago on AEW Dynamite. He'll be challenging Wheeler Yuta for the pure championship in another defense for Yuta. And we also have Athena making her first official televised defense against Willow. She's, of course, defended on Dark Elevation a few times at this point, but she has not defended on television. So this is her first time doing that.
That's awesome. I look forward to seeing all this. It's going to be very good. You guys, again, catch it later on at 7 p.m. here on the Around the Point Network. That is All Honor, episode number 2. Myself and Big Mike will be joining. Weren't planning on it, but here we are. Here, the men of honor here. Men of honor, if you will. But what's going on, everyone in the chat? What's going on, gang? We got Hassan in the chat. How you doing? Are you chilling today? Yes, we are chilling right now as we speak. We're chilling on a Thursday afternoon. We got Pelu in the chat, my Peruvian brother. What's going on? What's going on, Mano? How are you? Hope all is well. I always love that Hector Lavoe avatar that you have. El Cantante, Los Cantantes. We got Dolores in the chat. What's up? How you doing, Mama? How are you? And, of course, we got CPZ in the chat. Yo! So, all right. We've talked a little bit here about weathers and people complaining about the cold and wanting it to not be warm and all that stuff. But without further ado,
let's fucking go.
So normally when we do sad, we start with the beginning of the show. We can't do that today. I just wouldn't feel right doing it. I just wouldn't feel comfortable starting off with the beginning of the show. So for one episode, we're not going to go in reverse, but we're going to start with the main event of the evening. Not QT. Oh shit. Oh,
Oh my God! Way to
well,
spoil it.
well.
Well, he's on the brain, I guess.
He's
So
on the brain after all. After last night, he is the Booker of the Year. I don't know what anyone was thinking, but he is the real Booker of the Year. But we had Powerhouse Hobbs finally getting his opportunity that he so rightfully deserves against Wardlow's World, for the TNT title. Now, I believe it was early in the day yesterday. He posted that being Wardlow posted a video. Was it yesterday or was it Wednesday morning or Tuesday night? There's a video that was posted that someone broke into his car.
all right.
Right? Someone broke into his car. They took his belt. They took his gear. They took his valuable stuff. And more importantly, guys, they stole the man's protein shake.
Yeah.
His whole feast protein shake. Gone.
All gone.
All gone, man. All fucking gone. Steve loves QT. Come on. Come on. Hello, how are you, Shadow? How are you? Couldn't help himself. You can say I could. Come on, man. Come on. But we had the match, the main event. And here's the thing, right? They made the match a no holds bar, basically, right? Anything goes.
It was a false count anywhere.
False count, but I think it was because of the circumstances that what happened, right? With Wardlow and his gear being stolen and all that stuff, right? Or was that already announced like at Revolution or days before?
It was announced on the show.
Like impromptu, right? Because of this.
Wardlow, and I think Wardlow said, "Let's do it for a false count anywhere," if I remember correctly.
Okay.
He said it earlier in Dynamite.
But I loved how they made it work. Like they wrestled, like Wardlow wrestled in his street clothes. He wrestled in his street clothes. He wore an FTR beater, right? He's repping his boys. He's supporting his boys. And here's the thing, right? I thought as a match, they went out there and did the best they could do. I'm not shitting on the match. My issue is the ending of it. That ending.
And what it potentially means.
What it means, yes. So, in case you're wondering, the ending of the show, it looked like Wardlow had the match won. He had it all ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Mike, tell them what happened.
QT Marshall shows up, beats him with a chair.
That being Wardlow's
and
world.
Yeah. He enters Wardlow's world with a chair, beats him up, and him, QT and Hobbs pick him up and do I guess what do you call it? Like a Shield style power bomb with just two people.
Yeah, it was a 2-person power bomb.
Yeah, 2-person power bomb into I guess the little safe area that they have that it looks like almost like a makeshift box where I guess the safe area where they can land people.
Yeah.
And another twist to this match that I did not know was a part of the match was the last man standing rule of them counting to 10. That was another huh?
It was pinfall, submission, or I guess you can't ask. You gotta ask, or if you can't get up after a 10 count.
He won by knockout. Is what they said.
By knockout. Okay. When was the last time in wrestling period that somebody won by knockout?
I don't know, but here also joining us here, he is the host of Chilling with Chase on the Around the Point Network. We'll be live with Chilling with Chase on this Saturday night. We'll be ranking every Rocky movie, Creed movie, and every fighter. And I can't wait for this one. But here he is, the host of Children of Chase,
Can't wait either.
Chase Oliver. Chase, what's going on, brother?
We're actually doing it Saturday morning. It's not Saturday night. So Saturday morning, I switched the shift. So Saturday morning, we're going to be ranking all the Rockies, all the Creeds. But now let's talk about my boy, Wardlow's World. I was there in Vegas, Steve. It was a magical moment. Guy was still under MJF's control. Did not have a buck to his name. He was being taken out by security. I just remember hearing the fans. He didn't have entrance music. They were just chanting, Wardlow, Wardlow, Wardlow. This guy was over as hell. And then all of a sudden, he said one phrase, Steve. He said one phrase, and it ruined his whole career. He said, it's time to get to Wardlow's World. And once he said that phrase, been downhill ever since. I mean, this guy, like, look, I know there's people saying, oh, this was the plan. Powerhouse Hobbs was only supposed to win. This was the plan. This was the plan for Wardlow. You saying we wasting Wardlow for this? I'm sick. I'm sick to my stomach, Steve. I can't believe
I'm hurt. I'm crushed, man.
Like, I can't believe this is what we're doing with Wardlow. And it's not like you guys can give me hope being like, well, Chase, Wardlow will actually be moving up to face MJF within the When's this guy moving up the card? This guy is stuck in there. Like, is he going to fight for the international title next? What's next for Wardlow? We're all over here, and we're celebrating Powerhouse Hobbs. Great. Congratulations. Great, Hobbs. You should have won this belt like 5 months ago. We didn't need Darby Allin's two-week title reign. We didn't need Samoa Joe winning the belt back. Could have had Powerhouse Hobbs the whole time when he was doing the Book of Hawk stuff. But no, instead of Powerhouse Hobbs, he wins. It's a great moment. That's kind of ruined because, he couldn't, he looked like a doofus. He powerbombed. First of all, he needs QT Marshall's help. That's doofus behavior if I've ever seen one. And then afterwards, he's standing there. And instead of showing your dominance to that, what is Wardlow's nickname? He's like the wolf, the alpha wolf or whatever the fuck. Like, instead of doing that, he's just like looking at him like, oh, I'm so tired. This guy could kick my ass at any moment. Like, yeah.
It was
it's so stupid.
Chase, I got a question for you, brother.
Yeah.
When was the last time in wrestling history that a match was won by knockout?
Well, I think Palu writes it here in the chat. Palu writes here. The last time there was a knockout in AEW with Lance Archer versus John Moxley for the IWGP US title.
Not correct.
Not correct.
Didn't Lance Archer pin him?
That's not correct. No, so that was a Texas death match. And technically, if you're counting the last time that somebody did not answer the 10 count because the Texas death match was won by submission. So the last time they did a Texas death match that was not won by a submission, in which case, like, they just didn't answer the 10 count, it was Hangman Adam Page against Adam Cole a little less than a year ago. It was that Good Friday Rampage when they did the Crown of Thorns.
Okay. But this
I thought he was going to say, hey, man, Adam Page versus John Moxley. I was like, oh, come on, man.
I think this right here, though, then they have this type of match, though, where I guess what he's referring to, maybe I'm wrong here, Katie, you can correct me. I believe it was Wrestle Kingdom, like 2 years ago.
They had
in the Dome, right? Or
the one I remember that they had two. I think they had two different matches because they had one at Wrestle Kingdom. But if I remember correctly, they had a rematch in either late July, or it was either July or August of 2021. And Archer beat Moxley. He got the win back. He beat Moxley for the IWGP US title. And then I think he dropped it to Tanahashi.
The Ace.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't remember because I remember
he dropped it to Tanahashi at that LA Memorial Show. Archer, like, literally, and Moxley was in the crowd for that one. He was all pissed because of what's it called? That Archer, that Tanahashi won. He was really pissed about that. And then Tanahashi, I think he dropped it to. I don't know who he dropped it to.
I think he dropped it to Will Ospreay.
Yeah, I think so too.
And then Ospreay dropped it to Juice Robinson. Ospreay got it back when Juice had.
Juice Robinson. Shit.
Juice had some issues.
Wardlow just like his protein finished.
Dude, so Joe probably didn't even drink that protein shake. He probably dumped it. He was all like, "Oh." I don't drink these shakes. They're too healthy for me. And then I was like, okay, calm down, Samoa Joe. It's just protein shake.
Word.
So regarding
Two title changes in 3 days, ridiculous. I don't care if it's a TV title. Whatever it was done for Wardlow's momentum this Sunday is undone.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is like Wardlow had such a good reason to regain the belt, and just have like a good 2 month. Like I'm not saying like hold the title for a long time. Like 2 month title reign, good enough for Wardlow. Then you move him up and you say, hey, do you think he's ready to like face MJF at like one of our stupid shows, Easter Egg Bash? And it's like, yeah, have him at face that Easter Egg Bash. Yeah, do something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's where Wardlow should be at. The problem is he's not even close. It's like the guy wins. He has this great moment. He talks about his dad, like, the hair was important to me, cancer. All right, cool. Just to give it to Powerhouse Hobbs. Let's be real. I like Powerhouse Hobbs. I think he's a great performer. I love this story. I love that he never gave up. I love the persistence. Dude, what was he doing before he won Face of the Revolution? I swear, we haven't seen this guy since Vietnam. Once he won that Revolution battle, that Revolution ladder match, like I said, Takeshita should have been the guy that you win, and then that would be a good match for Wardlow. Where it's like, okay, is Wardlow really good in the ring? Let's see. He can fight Takeshita, who is known for putting on good matches. But no, instead, Powerhouse Hobbs win, and it's because we had this plan. He had to win. He had to win in California this whole time. Sometimes, Tony, you just got to learn to do what Peyton Manning did at the line and call an audible, because this was not it. This was not it right here. Whatever the fuck you were thinking, whatever plan you had, like you just got to tell Powerhouse Hobbs, and he's a good boy. He'll listen. He ain't gonna be upset about it. He's a good man. If he's someone that's worked with the team, would listen and say, you know what, you're right. Wardlow just got this heat back. It would mean more if I beat Wardlow with more heat than Wardlow, who is like, let's be real. The guy feels like he's a 2-day-old leftovers from your favorite Italian food restaurant. That's where Wardlow feels like right now. Kind of just lukewarm, like a lukewarm coffee. You ever had one of those where your coffee, you just leave it at the desk for a little bit? You need a little pick me up. Coffee's not made in the office, so you just grab the coffee, lukewarm, and you're like, oh, the fuck.
To that's heat what up a little bit, like 30 seconds to heat it up real quick, and just I've been there.
I'm an iced coffee all the way, so.
No, I was just using an example for most people who drink regular coffee. I'm an iced coffee person too, but yeah, no, like Wardlow, it's just so stupid, man. It's like, I get it. Everyone's just say, oh well, it was for Powerhouse Hobbs' moment. Cool. You do it the next time they go to California. Who cares? Like, do it next time they go to the Bay Area.
So
plans change.
So I want to quickly add what I've heard. This is not me reporting the information because other people have said similar things. I'm just putting a lot of different pieces together here. So I had heard, and again, not reporting, just saying that this is what I had heard. Not saying that it's confirmed. Want to be clear so people don't get on my fucking ass for it. I had heard that, I think I heard it right after All Out. Maybe it was like October. It might have been Full Gear weekend. That the plan was Hobbs was winning the belt at around Revolution, because that was around when we found out Revolution was going to be in the Bay Area. I think we had, like, the rumors had come out a few months prior. I think they came out like August or September, that it was going to be at either the Chase Center or the Cow Palace, and that he was very likely going to be winning the belt there. If not, he'd be winning the ladder match, at least the Face of the Revolution ladder match. And then maybe you can have like they did. They had him win the Face of the Revolution in more of his home area. He's closer because he's from the Bay Area. So they had him win in Bay Area, and then they had him win the title a little bit up the road in Sacramento. So that was the plan. 100% that was the plan. Another piece is the plan was, and the plan was 100% Darby Allin was meant to win that title in Seattle. I know that was the plan because when they filmed, at Full Gear, I think it was the day before Full Gear, maybe it was the Rampage before or the Friday before. They filmed all those the new intro stuff of all the wrestlers to use in that new intro. They filmed all of that on November 18th, I believe is the day. And they filmed Darby Allin with the TNT title. So they knew Darby was getting that TNT title in Seattle. And they knew Hobbs was going to win whenever they were in Northern California for this little road trip. Putting everything together, I believe the original plan was that they were not hot potatoing this. It was never supposed to go back to Joe, and it was never going to get back on Wardlow, and that they were just going to I think maybe they were just going to do the match on pay-per-view and just have Hobbs win, or you just don't have Darby on the pay-per-view and you have Hobbs win the Face of the Revolution. You still do the match in Sacramento and you just have him beat Darby there in Sacramento on Dynamite instead of having him win on the pay-per-view. From what I've heard, Darby is filming a television show or a reality show. He's filming something right now. That's kind of what I've heard. I don't know that for sure, just kind of what I've heard like through some rumors. So if that's true, then it's possible that at the last second, and again, I'm not defending the decision, I'm just saying what I've been told, is that I think that Tony said, okay, let's get this belt back on Joe because we have to do something to get Darby off of television because he has not been on TV since he lost that title. He lost the title and has been off TV for a month. So I think they were like, okay, let's get this belt back on Joe. We can do a Wardlow thing, and then we can do the Hobbs thing, and we can hot potato it Wardlow to Hobbs because they didn't want a heel versus heel, because I think that QTV plan was also in the works for at least 2 to 3 months, and he didn't want to deviate from it because Tony, the thing about Tony is he doesn't like to deviate. What he'll instead do is he'll keep the finish and he'll change everything in between on how you get there. But he needs his ultimate ending because he needs that ending to be the same. How you get there is this, what you end up with is the same, but how you get there is different. And again, I don't agree with this at all. I mean, this is horror. I don't like this.
No. This is what that's Tony's issue. Is that he doesn't know how to just audible. He just doesn't know how to just say oh, okay, let me just change plans. Unless it comes to he always has his ideas. He has his ideas. It's just like when Heyman Page, he was most likely supposed to win it All Out, but then he had a kid. And so Tony was like, oh, instead of, making a fun world title match or a different match, instead, let's just throw Christian in a world title match because we need this. That's the problem. He needs to understand.
Already in that feud with Christian. So he's like, okay, we'll just extend the feud and we'll drag it another month.
He won the TNA title from him, but let's just extend it. Okay. But that's the thing. That's the thing right there. It's just that Tony Khan just really needs to learn how to just say, and at this time too, no offense to Hobbs, it's not like Hobbs is on fire where fans are like, Hobbs. He really isn't.
They were in the Bay Area, but
at the same time,
that's one area. That's one area.
I'm talking about. This is not like, okay, if we're talking about Darby Allin, who consistently, wherever they go, whenever his theme song hits, fans pop. I understand. I'll be like, okay, yeah, it's Darby Allin. I get that. That's totally fine. Darby Allin gets at least consistent pop. I'm being honest. Maybe I was just missing. What was Powerhouse Hobbs doing before the Face of the Revolution ladder match? They stopped his promos. I can't even remember. Was he on Dark? Was Dark Elevation? What was he doing? He wasn't doing anything.
Catering.
So he was, I believe, a few weeks ago. They gave him some. I think they did 1 or 2 matches on Rampage to just heat him up a little bit. But it was weird, because they did the Book of Hobbs stuff, which I liked what they were doing. And then they just fucking dropped the story for a month. And then they had that story. I think they started it after Full Gear. And then they introduced the physical book early January. It was either the Seattle show or was the show right after. It might have been that live Portland Rampage. I feel like I remember listening on a Grapsity when they had introduced it and I was at Universal. So it was once I was back from Christmas break. I know that. It was it was early 1 or 2 weeks into January. And then since they introduced the physical book, I don't think he was on TV until a week or 2 before the ladder match. They did such a bad job of heating this guy up correctly, and they fully relied on being in the Bay Area to get him over in the ladder match, and then being up the road in Sacramento, which is still going to cheer for him because he's the guy that's closest to that area. So he's basically the hometown wrestler in Sacramento because nobody fucking else from Sacramento. There's no wrestlers from there.
It's a good point here, though. Darby lost the belt because he wouldn't be around, but MJF isn't around half the time.
Not true.
Due to filming a movie, and
That's
he
not
kept
true.
the belt.
MJF was gone for a week to film a movie. MJF is not filming the movie anymore, and he's been on TV every single week since then. Go look. MJF has been at TV. I don't know if he was there last night. He might have had something to go home and do.
He did a video
package.
package.
Didn't do anything last night, but I mean, Iron Man match, right? You probably went home to go heel. Same thing with Danielson. Danielson went home to heel. I think a few other guys did that.
Oh, he went home.
Yeah, not John Moxley. He has the grit. John Moxley.
Yeah, I mean Moxley stayed, but they don't. Max, they're saving him for next week to do the bar mitzvah in Winnipeg, but I think he's really fucked. Like I think MJF is probably injured right now. So like, okay, just go home, go heal. We'll do this promo post match. We can use that instead. We don't need you this week. But the thing about MJF filming a movie, no, he's not. He finished filming that movie the week after. He filmed that after Full Gear. He went from Full Gear from New York. He went to go film on that set, and he's been done since. He had a very small role in that movie. So no,
Jersey.
not filming.
Jersey, not New York. Get it right, kid.
But he lives on Long Island, so he flew from New York, right? He flew from his home on Long Island.
Okay. Just making sure.
I know what I'm saying. I knew what I was saying.
All right. And Chase is back here. What's going on, brother? We got two of you here now. Holy shit. We got...
Sorry, I was trying to respond to a text, and then I hit the X button on the StreamYard instead.
Live from the Chase Mobile. Thank you from the update. There you go. No problem, Trickpedia. No problem.
I'm sorry if I came off like I know sometimes I can come off a little like aggressive with stuff. It's just that I'm passionate. I have a lot of passion.
You can't control the passion.
They can't control. Like I'm very passionate about some things, so it might come off as being like mean, but I'm not trying to be that way. I'm sorry if it ever does, guys.
I mean, my thing is now you have QT Marshall. So QT Marshall is basically, I guess, the manager, the mouthpiece.
I don't know.
Is QTV
gotta get her board on the board.
I'm gonna make a bold statement. I think he's the leader. I think he's gonna wrestle on TV.
I think he is too, but I don't like. So this was a reference back to when he was still feuding with Ricky. QT did something in that feud. I don't remember what it was, and that's where this is like being held. Like that's the reference.
Because Ricky was like turned down the factory because remember they came out after he left Team Taz and stuff because Ricky just lost the FTW title and then afterwards the factory because obviously his ties with Cody and stuff they offered him a position and then he said and then Ricky kind of like burned Solo or something like that and so Powerhouse Hobbs was still feuding with Ricky Starks at that time and it was before the Lights Out match and then they pretty much said hey we got your back and then Powerhouse Hobbs was like okay. But they never, it was something of that nature, which led to the Lights Out match or led to whatever match they fucking had. All I know is that Ricky Starks said, no, I'm not joining the factory. And guys, no, this isn't like, wow, Chase, you remembered it? No, I literally just fucking watched it just because I had to remind myself because Taz wouldn't shut up about it on comment. Oh my God, remember when Ricky Starks, like, shut up, Taz. You don't even remember this shit. The fuck you talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
The same Taz who gave some terrible commentary during the final.
We all know that was Tony. He was yelling at guys,
yeah, this was. I don't understand why you put QT in this spot. I do understand Tony's thinking because QT does get hella heat. I think he is really good at getting heat. And I've thought that for a while. The issue is...
Or Dan Lambert.
Like he's like similar to Dan, where Dan got some really good heat when he was there. The issue is that QT cannot be taken seriously. So the heat has diminishing returns because when someone beats him, you haven't given QT anything big. And that's not the guy who should be beating people. Like there's issues, right? Like, yeah, does he get it's same issue I had with Dan Lambert? Does Dan Lambert get a lot of heat? Sure. But what is it? What is the point? Like, what did he do that benefited anybody? Because I think Scorpio came out of working with Dan looking worse. Ethan Page was obviously hindered because he's been a million times better with this stuff with the firm. If they'd actually let them be fucking on television, because what he's doing with the firm is fantastic. They just don't let them go on television. And what Ethan Page, look at what he did when he was in TNA with the North, like one of the best tag teams of those 2 years was when he had that amazing reign with Josh Alexander. He is amazing. And Dan Lambert dragged everybody down. I believe it's the same thing with QT Marshall, where he dragged down what Cody Rhodes did.
Screw everything else about Dynamite. We're talking about QT for 30 fucking minutes. This guy's honestly, man, this guy does something right. We talk about him for 30 plus minutes.
We'll get to the rest. We'll get to the rest.
Look, I'll give the guy credit.
Screw everything else, man. This guy has like a great conversation, man.
I think it's an interesting conversation about like, he gets heat, but is it the type of heat you want? Is it beneficial to your company overall?
I think it's turning into go away heat.
Yeah, it's like in that X-Pac heat, it's just like, yeah, bro, change the channel heat.
It's
But
like get
I'll
the
say
fuck
with
off
the
our
Dan
phone.
Lambert thing, it worked in TNA when he was doing that because like he actually had like reason why he was there. There's no reason why he was in AEW. I don't even know why he was in AEW. I because he's a wrestling fan and he liked like
He
no,
was
there's no
loved
reason it wasn't.
backstage loved him.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like in TNA, it made sense why he was doing what he was doing because he pretty much did the same thing he did in TNA in AEW, but TNA he had Bobby, so it made sense. AEW, there's no reason why he was there besides the fact that he's a fan and he loves wrestling and stuff. So
Yep.
Yeah. So this is where we're at right now. Basically, we don't know if there'll be more members of this QTV stuff because they did reference the fact. Can you imagine, like, oh, we're gonna add
Cole Carter.
Luchasaurus?
Oh, fuck.
no, he'll be back to being Austin. He won't be able to wear that mask ever again.
No more wearing the mask.
I think Luchasaurus is coming back without the mask.
We're gonna get
Won't be
Serpentico
Luchasaurus. It'll be Austin
as
from B17.
as pendejo.
No. Serp is already he's in SAP now with Luther and Helico.
Well, bring them too. Fuck it, bring them too. Why not? Bring them all in
Aaron,
there.
Aaron Solo, you got nothing else to do.
Exactly.
Aaron Solo,
Oh,
I think, is in.
This is a good one. Maybe EJ.
What is the where do you think? What's the fit there?
I don't know. You know, he has a unique look.
Just adding a random free agent. They don't need anybody else.
The judge.
What do you mean?
The judge. Come on, man. You didn't see him.
They got too many people on their roster. They do not need more.
That is true. That is.
I think
true.
they could benefit from signing a few more guys for Ring of Honor.
The fact is that we're talking about QT this long means the rest of the show was uneventful besides one segment. Yeah.
I disagree. As we go through the show, I'll talk about it. I thought this was a fairly subdued show.
This is what we like to call in the anime world a filler episode.
Yes,
you know, you just need a nice little buffer. We just need to spill some time. Let's get you hyped up for the main fights next week. This was definitely a filler episode.
And a lot of
Gohan, we're gonna give
a lot of the Dynamites after pay-per-views are very filler.
Basically.
There's been like a few that weren't, like the one after Full Gear had the second trios match in Chicago. I don't know. I very much disagree that it was Dookie.
He is Dookie though. Dynamite was Dookie.
I
very much disagree. I thought Raw was kind of a Dookie.
No, just read it out. Dynamite was Dookie.
Dynamite was Dookie. I don't think like if this is just isn't your type of show, then that's fine. But I don't think you can say it's like bad. I don't think it was a bad show. I think the show is hurt by the fact that everybody's fucking hurt. Everybody's injured after the show. What
Everybody's injured. You know, listen, I'll put it this way. As was the show overall, like besides that ending, I thought there were some good spots.
I gave it I was giving it an 8.5.
I'll say that this show definitely did not level up to the expectations.
Oh my god!
That's what you did there. I see.
We'll talk about the leveling up.
No elevation there. No elevation, buddy. No elevation.
No leveling up. There. You know, not taking the next step in Winnipeg, Manitoba. That's for sure.
Yeah. Thank you, Walter. Look at this.
Well, Steve, should we go ahead and head to the beginning of the show
and then the momentum from Revolution? All excuses wrestling.
I think it would have benefited them to have like one more like banger match because I just didn't.
We'll get that next week. We'll get that next
week. We're gonna get a few next week. I think they're gonna add some more really good matches. But the issue was that
real quick,
there wasn't anything that felt like AEW, like on the and match wise. Nothing felt besides the trios felt a little bit. But I needed I think you could have benefited from like Takeshita didn't work this weekend. So, and he was backstage. He should still be there. Book Takeshita against, I don't know, go find another great worker that you have or grab like get like Willie Mack. I'm sure he's free. Go get like a really good worker, put them on television, give them 10 minutes to just go have a banger and then take out or cut time from other places, cut time from a promo that went maybe a little too long. We're about to talk about Orange Cassidy and Jay Lethal. I thought that went 5 minutes too long.
Now, question: What time is the rating going to be posted on Twitter? Not it should be posted like in probably 15 minutes, right, or 40 minutes or so.
Around, was there any? Let me look at what games were on last night before I make a guess. I'm gonna say
Nothing important.
so. Yeah, if there was
Weren't the Knicks on last night?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
Look at
that no hurts the rating when the Knicks are on.
So Tony yesterday did like 8 Twitter posts saying thank you from last night. Oh, look at this. Here he goes.
the Knicks didn't play last night.
This can't be real. This can't be real.
910,000 viewers. That's not
That
No,
bad.
He's guessing 910.
He's guessing.
Oh.
He's guessing.
My guess would be kind of the
same.
same, like 910,000. I feel like it's after the pay-per-view. Maybe people got excited.
Stop.
Oh wow,
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna say.
I say about 924,000.
I'm gonna go higher than y'all. I'm gonna say between 940 and 955.
Yo,
After the pay-per-view, always
shit
does
hits
a
a
decent
million. I will be in disbelief.
Orange Cassidy the draw, bro.
Yes, yeah. Orange Cassidy opened the show. Wardlow and Hobbs. Wardlow especially usually does some good numbers. So them in the main event, I think, would have done good. And then,
Wardlow increases the female demographic.
Yeah, Jericho.
I say 890.
I say after all, Wardlow's World, and he probably promised everyone a coupon for Wardlow's protein shake. Promo code.
There's too many guys on the card last night. While it might have been a weaker card, Orange Cassidy does ratings, John Moxley does ratings, Wardlow does ratings. Those 3 guys all do, and then
Wheeler Yuta made a cameo. He does ratings too.
Who made a cameo?
Wheeler Yuta.
And Evil Uno. Million draw Evil Uno.
Yeah. What are we calling him now? Evil Million or
Evil
Million Uno?
Evil Union. So anyway, Kaden, let's get into the rest of the show. Kaden, lead the way.
I cannot believe we spent 37 minutes on that fucking opening.
Listen, man, it happened.
It happened. I
was really upset about Wardlow's booking. My bad, guy. I remember.
I agree.
I remember being there in Vegas, having a good time, saying, "Dude, I'm witnessing a future world champion." And now a year later, I'm like, "Bro, this guy should not even touch like the TNT title. Like that's horrible."
I think they just gotta just take this guy off TV for a bit. Just let him just go chill. Figure out make a plan and bring him back and figure it out.
I got a Wardlow autograph and I thought I hit gold. I was like, man, dude, I got a Wardlow autograph from my All Elite crate. Dude, they're turning out like Zion Williamson rookie cards at this point, man. Y'all don't even know what value this is gonna have at the end of it all because Zion ain't playing and Wardlow ain't doing his job.
I have the 2 ratings draws. Orange Cassidy signed right there and Wardlow signed right there.
You know what? I know AEW won't do this. But if there is someone that would benefit from like going to Japan for a bit, it's Wardlow.
It would not be Wardlow.
I would send Wardlow to Japan.
In Japan? Do you even know what the fuck people go to Japan for?
Excursion.
Yeah, you don't send big dudes to Japan.
They don't tell me he wouldn't.
They're not over. They don't work.
You mean to tell me he wouldn't?
Japan loves the bigger wrestlers.
Vader.
Not in if you're sending
Stan Hansen.
No, that is not the type of guy that would work on excursion. I think Ricky
Starks is a better guy. Michael Elkin's dumbass was over in Japan.
He sold protein powder. But the protein powder bandit.
The issue is that while I like Wardlow is not a good enough in-ring work. Jonah and Cobb are not that big, guys. They're like 5'10".
They're big guys.
They're shorter, big guys that can work athletically.
Okay, Wardlow
does not work that style for Japan.
Wardlow looks big. He's not that tall. Wardlow is really not that tall. Because MJF, they're capping about his height. There's no way MJF is 6 foot. That guy's like 5'10", if anything. Wardlow's like 6'1".
I don't think it would benefit him as much as staying in this. I think staying in the States and having him just have
built for Japan, just doing a bunch of Powerball. Yeah, I'm with Steve on this one. Japan would work.
I think it's better to turn him heel.
Sure, you can do that, but he can go to Japan, and that's where he gets angry. He can be like the new Lord Tensai. He comes back with the paint on his face and everything.
AAA, send him to AAA.
Oh, dude, no, they would get no. Cowboys are not really using AAA, bro. That Matt, they would kill half the roster.
Okay. Japan, it is. Send him to.
I think right now with the state of New Japan, I don't think I just don't know how much Gaeta would use him just based on what they're doing right now. That's why, like, and we're gonna talk about. There's somebody else who I think is gonna. I think there's somebody else they're about to send on an excursion.
Oh,
Who I think
Gator would be like, you motherfucker, you're my new never open weight champion. You fucking go do this. Go fucking become never champion.
Chase,
that was the most racist thing I've ever heard you fucking say, Chase. Doing a Gato impression.
Oh, okay. I'm doing a fucking Conor McGregor impression. Am I fucking racist in a fucking Irish? Shut the fuck up, mate.
Hold up.
I'm doing an impression of everyone.
Hold up. There you go. Now do it, Chase.
What the fuck are you talking about, racist? I fucking doing an impression of everyone. You think this is a fucking racist thing? I fucking say what I fucking say, and I do it in impressions. I am not saying anything they wouldn't fucking say. I fucking say what they are gonna fucking say. Shut the fuck up, mate.
Dude, that's good enough. Look at this one. Boom. They hit Tony.
You know, he's a white guy like me, and I you know. Oh yeah, Goldberg's here. I guess it's bad for me to do an impression. You know, I don't like Kato. He's trying to stop NXT Japan from happening. I want NXT Japan to really happen. So, yeah, you know, screw Kato.
There you go.
See, am I racist? No, that's how Gato talks. You heard him talk? He talks like that.
I'm just saying, yo. I'm just saying, Wardlow versus Ishii. Shut up and take my money.
Oh,
oh yeah, big dudes is beating the fuck out of each other and Cork and Hall.
That could be a good match for Forbidden Door. They want to do that for Forbidden Door.
Book that in Cork and Hall.
Champion.
Exactly.
Wardlow comes back with some base paint.
Why do you want that in Cork and Hall, Steve? Why don't you want that in the Tokyo Dome?
Isn't Cork and Hall like for some wrestling fans, like a very big deal for a venue for wrestling? Just like York Hall in
it's just fucking tiny.
Just like York Hall in York Hall in England. Just like Hydro in Scotland, dude.
The issue is that Kirk and Hall is very tiny.
All right, Sumo Hall.
Then yeah, I would say
the Budokan.
Kirk and Hall's cool, but like I would assume that if they're doing Forbidden Door 2, it'll be in Tokyo Dome.
Or you know what?
You can't hold Forbidden Door 2 in a 5,000 seat venue.
Wardlow to GHC, man. Him and what's that dude's name again?
I actually think he could work well in DDT. I think DDT could be fun
with the sex doll. That dude with the
Yoshihiko. Yoshihiko, is that her name?
You want to see Yoshihiko versus Wardlow?
I'd fucking love that, man. It'd be awesome. It'd be great. Let's talk about AEW Dynamite. Of course, they go, it's International Women's Day, and you know what that means. And then they start with Jay Lethal against Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, real star right there. Hometown. One of the most
ironic statements I've ever heard, and everybody was clowning them. They're like, okay, you're going to say Happy International Women's Day, and you're going to open with Jay.
Wait. Okay, remember what I told you.
I know. I'm not. No.
Also known women respecter Jeff Jarrett. Come on.
Fucking hell.
Guys. No. He's known for this.
Guy who's known for always treating women properly, never had any issues in the past.
Karen. Yeah, ask Karen.
Ask Karen, ask Jill.
Never been accused of treating China poorly. Nothing bad.
JEWT.
Yes.
But this started with Orange Cassidy versus Jay Lethal in an All-Atlantic Championship match. Jay Lethal was the last person to cleanly beat Orange Cassidy in All Elite Wrestling. 1 second, guys. Continue.
I just want to say this. I actually pretty much enjoyed this match. I didn't think I would. I'm tired of Jay Lethal. I think everyone here is fatigued with Jay Lethal. I think he wrestles way too damn much on television. But I actually enjoyed this match. I didn't mind it. But Steve, before I go, I do want to give out. I want to say one thing that I want to happen, but I want to let you guys, give your thoughts first. I got to clock back in about 20 minutes or so. Hopefully, we don't go 50 minutes talking about this. But I do want to say one thing.
I hope not either.
I'm going to say this. Jeff Jarrett, for so many years in your career, you have buried young talent. You have not put them over. You have just made them look like fools on your way to the top. And I'm begging you, bro, please do the same to Orange Cassidy. I am so sick of this international title run of Orange Cassidy. Yes, Jarrett, you got to remind these young kids. I'm tired of these young wrestlers. They want to hold hands and kumbaya, be like, oh, let's work it. No, Jeff Jarrett, you got to remind them what politics are. Stop with this shit. You gotta remind these motherfuckers. The Orange Cassidy thinks he can be happy. No, you gotta remind them the politics of professional wrestling, Jeff Jarrett.
That's right.
Remind them. Remind them who you are.
This Wednesday, me and Chase, we cheering for Jeff Jarrett. We're rooting for Jeff
Jarrett. If you put over Orange Cassidy next fucking Wednesday, I have lost hope in you. I need the old Jeff Jarrett back. We said we need a heel to beat Orange Cassidy. This is our heel. Oh no, it's good. No, Jeff Jarrett is never going away. Heat. Here was a reason why I watched TNA. I was watching TNA to see who could beat him. And you're going to name the belt the International Championship? Well, who better to be your international champion than JEFFJARRET?
Ain't he great? Ain't he great?
Stop it. Don't get soft on me, Uncle Jeff. I need you to be the dick. I need you to be like, Tony, I'm telling you. You look at the ratings, you look at the quarterly, I'm out beating Orange Cassidy. I'm telling you, Tony, you put the belt on me, it'll be $1 million every week. I'm telling you, Tony, this is what you need to do. You want to do it, Tony? Politic. You got to do it, Jeff. Do it just for me.
Do it for us.
You know what I wish would happen?
Kids in the back to remind these kids what this business is about. Remind them. This is a passionate moment. I am passionate about this. I am tired of being passionate. Oh my God. If someone doesn't want to give him a reality check, if Jericho's too busy with his little group of friends, if Kenny Omega's too busy, not want to bring Japanese wrestling politics, I need you, Jeff Jarrett. I need you. I'm tired of these Bryan Danielsons. Oh, I don't want to win the world title. No, we need you, Jeff. We need you.
He can't control the passion.
We need you here more than ever. Don't give me this hope that these kids will finally learn. We need you, Jeff. More than ever. No, I'm being that serious when I say this. I just need these kids to remind themselves what this business is about. You can't stop with this friendship. I need Orange Cassidy to realize, like, oh, but Tony told me and promised me and said that, hey, I was going to be champion for 3 months. Nope. Because Jeff Jarrett out-politicked you. That's what I need, man.
We all need this, yo.
Y'all know what?
I'm cheering. Listen, this Wednesday, yo, me and Chase, maybe Big Mike, we're rooting for Jeff Jarrett, yo. We're rooting for
listening to My World every fucking day.
Word, every fucking day. I'm ready to assume the Jeff Jarrett position, yo. Are you, Chase? Are you ready to assume the Jeff Jarrett position?
I'm about to celebrate Jeff Jarrett. I'm tired of this business with this kumbaya, my lord. I don't want to win world. The fuck are we here for then? You don't want to win. Jeff Jarrett wants to win world titles. I'll tell you that. You want to win world title.
Yes. You know what I wish
you want to level up the belt, Tony? Jeff fucking Jarrett.
You know what I wish would happen to Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, and Sanjay Dutt?
What would you rather have, Kane? What were you gonna say?
Capital G, double O, double N, double E. Gone.
Bruh. That's what we're going to be saying.
That's why we need Jeff Jarrett.
Get these fuckers out of here.
Just to see you pissed off every Saturday.
Get ready for
every Saturday. We want to see a pissed off Caden.
Caden, you'll learn. You'll be like, oh, I hate this. But this is what Jeff Jarrett did for us from 2005 to 2011. Every fucking time there was someone in TNA that could have been the top guy, Jeff Jarrett was like, ain't no way, Dixie. I ain't putting this guy over. Monogram, screw him. AJ Styles, screw him. Amazing Red, screw him. Crimson, I don't know. Chris Harris, I ain't putting over Chris Harris. He can spirit a referee, and I'll hit him with the guitar. 1, 2, 3. That's what he did all the time. And I need him to remind these kids. Because Orange Cassidy, I bet you he just goes backstage. He eats his catering. He's smiling, having a good time. The fuck is this shit?
He says whatever. He didn't care.
No, exactly. He doesn't care. You know who cares? Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett treats these accolades like they're fucking real. And I need that back in pro wrestling. I need Jeff Jarrett Bullshit. He's winning for international title, damn it. If he loses, and I know Jeff Jarrett has gone soft. The last hour has gone soft on us. I mean, he fucking politicked a dusty finish, most likely. He probably was like, Tony, come on. You want us to lose clean to the acclaimed? I don't know. I feel like we need a dusty finish. I feel like we should win the belts just so that way the fans can be upset for just 1 second. Yeah, exactly, dude. We need that, dude. Let the international title be the title that reminds people, hey, why is MJF on top? Because he knows how to politic. Let Jeff Jarrett be the teacher. He'll be like, you ain't ready for the main event, Wardlow. Well, why not, Jeff? You don't know how to politic. I ain't dealing with this, man. Sorry, you ain't winning, slap nuts. You beat him with the guitar. It'd be great. I just need these wrestlers to remember what the fuck this business is. And here are the Young Bucks backstage. I was never good at that politicking thing. Yeah, there's a reason why you're in the trio scene and CM Punk is in the main event. Because he knows how to politic. Come on, guys. What are we doing?
I think we found our next short.
I think we did. And you know what, Chase? You know what? Well, that was so passionate, man. All I got to ask is basically, man.
I just want these wrestlers to remind us.
I mean, folks, where's the lie?
That was beautiful.
Tag him in back.
That was beautiful, man. Jeff Jarrett wins by count out, then takes the belt, runs away with the Hummer, and Dynamite ends off for the night. Oh, boy. Imagine. Get Chase free.
But Caden, is AEW Caden, is AEW, if you win by count out, do you win the belt or no?
It's like TNA.
They have not made that clear.
Okay, I figured you would know. I was like,
no, a championship match has never ended in count out nor disqualification.
In TNA,
instead is that the referee. So it's referee discretion, and a lot of people get pissed about this because WWE has kind of like made you briefed on. Okay, as soon as someone gets out of the ring, you start the count basically immediately. As soon as somebody is touched, DQ as soon as possible because WWE likes to use those finishes. AEW has made it very clear in precedent that it's referee discretion on countouts, on DQs. So Jeff Jarrett, if he wanted to win via DQ, and he just kicks somebody in the balls, Aubrey Edwards, because he thinks, oh, I'm going to win if I just hit someone with the guitar because he knows he'll win if he just does it. Aubrey Edwards, like let's say Aubrey Edwards is the ref, she could say, no, I knew you were going to do that, so I'm not going to count as a DQ because I know what the fuck you're trying to do. And she's done that before where I think she's refused to call a DQ a few times, and I believe that they've refused to count, and they do that in Japan. Red Shoes Uno, if you go out of the ring and you throw somebody into a barricade and you put them back in the ring, Red Shoes Uno will refuse to count.
Yeah, well, because the reason why I asked, because remember in the main event when it was at overtime when MJF had the belt, like the referee was like, go right ahead, hit Brian with it, you'll lose it. And so that's why I was like, wait, did the title change hand based off DQs and stuff? Because I was like, why doesn't MJF just run with the belt? But if the referee decides, hey, that's how he can lose, that's why I was asking, because
I believe it's referee discretion.
No, I think it was because I think also because it was overtime in the next fall wins it.
Yes,
and had MJF hit him.
Iron Man. So next fall wins. So I don't think it's like every matchup. Like if it was Hangman MJF and it's a straight up 1-on-1. It's a lot of this. It's the interesting thing about AEW is we don't have a precedent yet for that. But what we do know is that there is referee discretion.
We will next Wednesday when Jeff Jarrett wins by count out and becomes a new international champion. I can't wait, bro. Like. Guess what?
You could just grab the belt and walk to the back, and like Aubrey Edwards can say, "I'm not going to count."
I love it.
But listen, he needs to come out to his old thing. He needs to come out to my world. I don't need.
It's fine. It's fine. His team is fine.
I don't need this remix of Jay Lethal.
I think we covered the international title. We leveled up. We leveled up the production.
We leveled up Winnipeg, and in Winnipeg there will be a new match for the international champion. Match will take place in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada next week. We will be leveling up the belts in Winnipeg. The belts will be leveled up in Winnipeg next week. Jeff Jarrett, Orange Cassidy, the belt will be leveled up in Winnipeg next week, leveling up the belt in Winnipeg.
But my thing is, you know this reminds me of, Chase, though? Okay, so
What?
remember when TNA had the global championship?
Yeah.
And it's like
yeah, that was the Legends title. They had the Legends title, and then it became the global
DV
title because AJ Styles won it. He's like, I'm not a legend. Well, that's
and
my
then he
AJ
became the
Styles
king
just
of
Jeff Jarrett.
and then it was the King of the Mountain title.
Yeah, it went from it was started as the Legends title. Booker T brought it in. He was like, "This is for all the legends out there." And then afterwards, freaking AJ Styles, no, Kevin Nash won it or something. AJ Styles won it at one point. Then he said he's not a legend, named it the Global Championship, and then no wait, he won it and then named it the TV title. Then it became the Global title. Then went back to the TV title because Eric Young, something like that. I don't remember all the
And they
stupid
also
TNA.
robbed Terry. Yeah,
Do y'all
Rob Terry
know-
time had it as well.
Do y'all know the
D-Ball
difference?
Dudley was the all-time TV champion, dude.
Yeah,
Do y'all know
sorry.
the difference between an international and a world championship?
International is not defended overseas, baby.
No, so international
go.
is not defended in the oceans.
Mm.
International can be defended overseas. It's just not so international can only be defended on land, while the world championship can also be defended in the ocean.
Here we
So,
go.
I like
I
this.
said, get ready for Maxwell Jacob Freeman to take on Poseidon at Double or Nothing.
Oh, man.
So the
See,
rating
I like
came
the
in.
name. I just want to say this
858
before we move
Romeo
on. I like the name of the belt. I like the name of the belt, to be honest, because I feel the belt name it makes that belt feel a little bit like second tier world title, which is good. That's why I said Jeff Jarrett needs to win it. Like I can't picture Orange Cassidy being my second tier world champion, and if you're leveling up the belt to a second tier world title, gotta give it to the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. And it looks like a Jeff Jarrett. Steve, put up the graphic real quick, please. Please, I just want to look
It
at
does look like a Jeff Jarrett title.
look at this belt. Look at it. Dad, look, don't you see Jeff Jarrett holding that belt? Don't you see him holding that belt for like at least 6 months, 7 months? We're just pissed. Not us. We'll be, Caden will, but us three will be very happy. Jeff Jarrett's world champion and stuff. Where we'll be like, yeah, dude. And then we're just waiting. This is how you rebuild Wardlow. Give Jeff Jarrett the belt. Wardlow teaches them some politics. Jeff Jarrett teaches Wardlow some politics. And then Wardlow wins in it. Tony, I'm booking this shit for you. I'm booking this shit for you because you can't book it yourself. So.
That was beautiful, man.
You're welcome.
So AEW, according to WrestleNomics, did I'm gonna pull everything. I think it was a 0.29 in the demo. They did overall. Of course, I fucking lost the tweet. I'm waiting to see some
Here it is.
more.
858,000.
A 0.29. They did number 4 in cable originals in the P18 to 49 demographic. I'm waiting to see what beat them, but I would assume it's probably all NBA games, and the challenge might have started this week.
I think also Master Chef or Hell's Kitchen or whatever the fuck Gordon Ramsay.
It's usually the challenge in sports.
Well, there was that
Dude,
one
the
episode.
first Survivor back?
Hold up. The first comment.
Survivor's not on cable. Survivor's on network. So
the first comment I see on this thing, it says AEW library will be on Peacock in 2 years when WWE buys the library.
That's cold, man.
That's so bad. Why is that the first thing I see on that?
For real, yeah.
The weird thing though is
I can't wait till the Roman Reigns comment where Roman Reigns is looking like this. It goes, no Millie.
It's weird though, because we all see a sub 900 and we're like, oh, that's not good. But from what I understand, as long as it's above 800,000, then Warner is fairly happy. Because
I think the demo. I feel that the demo is more concerning than the overall. That 0.29 is not good. I don't care.
Yes. The demo being at a 0.29 is not great, but from what I understand, their original
like last year
was so what NXT is doing. That's what Warner thought AEW was going to do. So they were expecting hundreds every week, and they're doing 800 on bad weeks is about 820, and great weeks are above 1 million. So I think AEW is still okay. I think that
This time last year, and not actually, AEW was doing like 0.34, right? Like in the demo, 0.33, like somewhere around there in the demo. Like they were high up there in the demo.
I can find it. Yeah, give me like a minute. I know I can find it.
Anyway,
well, to celebrate International Women's Day, we finally got a women's segment on the show. Ruby Soho came out to explain why Ruby. Why? Well, Big Mike, why did Ruby Soho do what she did? What did Ruby Soho say? What did Ruby Soho say, Big Mike?
What did she say?
It was those dang nerds and virgins that booed her.
Neck beard, man. The neck
And
beard.
she was like, "Oh, I thought you guys were on my side."
Honestly, I'm going to be honest. This was a really good promo. Look, no offense to
was.
Soraya or Tony Storm, those mic skills aren't really there. So having Ruby Soho cut promos, I'm not going to say it's not a bad thing because she did a great job at making you feel bad for her. Really, really did a great job and sympathize with her, but at the same time, still be an asshole. Sorry, Kay, I just want to get that point across. So what happened?
Yeah.
What was the demo a year ago?
This episode last year, it was today. It was in Fort Myers, Florida, at the Hertz Arena. That's all off the top of my head. They did 945 viewers on average, including 516 in the demo for a 0.40. So that is a 0.11 drop in the demo year over year. And this is actually down from it was up in the 18 to 49 from the week above. And they ranked number 1 among cable originals for the day, including broadcast primetime. It was number 7. And yeah, I think they edged out the early NBA game, which was the Suns and the Heat, which Dynamite went head to head with.
Yeah, see, this is the thing too. When people bring up like, oh, well, the NBA game, dude, the NBA this year, we want to talk about AEW is hurt with injuries. The NBA is hurt with injuries. This league this year has been really, really like snake bitten. I would say this league year is snake bitten. And so like when people say, oh, well, the NBA is back, I'm like, the NBA is back, but really, to be honest, are they? Look at the injuries. Kevin Durant got injured in warmups. LeBron James isn't really playing all that much. Embiid misses some time. Zion Williamson's missing time. So like to me, this is very concerning with that demo. I don't like overall ratings, like you said, it is what it is. The demo is what I look at for AEW because that's big for advertising. And going from like a 0.40, I thought it was 0.34. But from a 0.40 to now a 0.29, that's bad. If it was 0.40 to 0.34, okay, 6 drop, but that's not that bad.
Some additional information I want to add in. So 0.29, they were behind the 2 NBA games, which do a 0.37 and a 0.35. So overall, the 18 to 49 is overall down. And also behind Vanderpump Rules on Bravo. And then I wanted to compare last year, the card on this episode. Whatever the fuck her name is. Miss Lisa Vanderpump or whatever the hell. But the card last year.
What?
1 second. Give me a second. I'm comparing the card.
Let me get the card. Let me get the card real quick. I want it. Vanderpump. What?
So, if you remember, promo wise, we had the formation of Joss after Eddie Kingston beat Chris Jericho. So it was the follow up to that.
Oh, that dude lasted that long.
We had the very everybody kind of knew. Okay, Jeff Hardy's showing up. That was the episode where Jeff Hardy debuted, and everybody knew Jeff was showing up when he did the humping of the air before he ran down to the ring. And so that definitely part of the rating.
Help your goddamn brother, Jeff.
The matches were Hangman Adam Page against Dante Martin, Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley against the Workhorsemen after that was the first ever episode of the Blackpool Combat Club. Pac defeated Wheeler Yuta. Jurassic Express defeated The Acclaimed. Thunder Rosa defeated Layla Hirsch, and the main event was Scorpio Sky defeated Sammy Guevara, and he won the TNT Championship. So, look at the star power compared to Moxley. Okay, Moxley. Let's say Danielson and Moxley, Claudio and Moxley. So Moxley's still on the show. Hangman Page wrestled on that show. Did not wrestle last night. The women's match, Thunder Rosa and Layla Hirsch compared to Ruby Soho and Sky Blue. I'd say Sky Blue and Layla Hirsch same level.
Be respectful to Sky Blue.
On a bigger level at this moment than at this point last year than Ruby Soho is right now. Scorp and Sammy, Hobbs and Wardlow, I would say they're about equal. And then Joss is still on the show. That's fine. But Jurassic Express and the Acclaimed weren't as over as they are now. So you cannot they were not that over at that point. So that's kind of a go. Pac and Wheeler is kind of similar to Orange Cassidy and Jay Lethal, but Orange just better ratings. So, and Punk, I don't even think was on this show. Unless he maybe had a promo.
Maybe he came out after the Heyman promo. He's like, workers' rights. But anyways, guys, I got to head out on to for Romeo. my coworker did text me, "Why were you screaming in your car?" She saw me screaming, so she didn't know what I was screaming about. So I'm gonna text her back. I'm like, I got to argue with my girlfriend or something.
Peace out, Chase.
Easy, Chase. That was fun. Make sure Big Mike. Make sure we clip that. All right. It may not be.
Oh, that's the new short. That Jeff
It
Jarrett
may not
thing
be.
is
It may not be
the
long
new
for short. It may not be long for short. Can it be long enough? I mean, you only do 60 seconds.
1 minute.
Oh,
1
sure.
minute.
Yeah, 1
60
minute.
seconds short.
Maybe you know what? We'll just put it on Twitter as a clip. Something like
We
that.
can
We'll
clip
see.
it. I'll figure it out.
We'll
But yeah, like,
figure it
let's
out.
go ahead and let's get through this Dynamite. I don't think we have a lot to say about like the actual.
Just do rapid fire at this point. I want to.
Yeah, Orange Cat. We already talked about Orange Cassidy.
You got to prep for later. You got to prep for later.
I'm fine. I don't need a fucking prep for that show. Holy shit.
2 hours of Ring of Honor, man. Oof, you better
Trust me, Steve. I have stamina, unlike you. We made this clear.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Needle Dick.
Ricky Starks comes out to the ring. He says, is like said that people are asking Ricky, what's next for you? He goes, the question that weighs on my mind is not what I'm going to do next, but where I'm going to go next. And then we had the Bullet Club. Okay, I gotta unmute you. We had the Bullet Club logo on the screen with the Bullet Club music, the official club music. But Bullet Club for life. And I fucking love that theme. I've been actually listening to it for like the last week on repeat. Amazing theme.
The original.
And Juice Robinson. Juice Robinson is back using the Bullet Club theme. He used it when he first showed up in AEW, and then they got him the Rock Hard music that he's been using recently.
I like that one.
It's fine. I like the gimmick Rock Hard, but I like that he's back to the BC theme. The crowd popped hard for the Bullet Club theme, and then I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, they were just expecting Jay White." I think that's partially true, but I rewatched the clip today, and there were loud Juice chants. Like, I was surprised by how many people in that crowd were going Juice, Juice. Like, it was loud. I was very surprised. One of the more over guys that night, and I was like, again, extremely surprised by it, but I'm happy about it. I think Juice Robinson is incredible.
Yes.
I think this could be a setup for Jay White, or Kenta is the other guy I was thinking. If Jay White is going to the Fed, we still don't know where he's going. So I was thinking it could be Kenta after the New Japan Cup, which is going on right now. You could bring him over, and that could start a Bullet Club invasion leading up to Forbidden Door, which would be really cool. If like the second I would really enjoy if Forbidden Door 2's theme was mainly Bullet Club invading. And you kind of set that up because Bullet Club's gotten so big recently. It's huge. And so if that was your main story, because they need a story this year, and they did because they didn't have a story last year.
Are we talking Bullet Club US or Bullet Club Japan?
Everybody. Like the Bullet, because we've had Bullet Club US kind of doing their own thing. And then we've had Bullet Club Japan being built up too. And Bullet Club's in this really weird spot. So I think something that could help to kind of get them reinvigorated is that Juice Robinson's leading the charge, because Bullet Club just won the Impact Tag titles. Ace and Bay just won.
Wait a minute. What about David Finlay? I thought he was the new leader of.
We don't know yet.
He's a new member. About it. I saw the clip of him in his last match. I think it was against Ishii. I think it was. They told me Ishii. They had a match with in Japan, like a couple during the New Japan Cup or something like that.
I think he faced Ishii. Yeah, so he's in Bullet Club, but we don't know if he's the leader because they have not crowned a new leader.
I like the look. Granted, some would say it looks similar to Jay White. I get why would they say that, but I'm willing to give David Finlay a chance. I think that's fair to do. But I hope everything goes well for him. I do hope that. Those weren't Juice chant, those were boos, LOL.
No, they weren't. I listened. I know Romeo's fucking trolling, but I did listen a few times. Juice got chance. I think that this is a good, like I said, this should not go longer than 4 weeks of a feud.
Is the clip
these two guys are really good on the mic. Let's do a promo next week. Let's do the match the week after, and then figure out where you go from there. I think you could they get away with sending Ricky over for the Best of the Super Juniors? Is he small enough for Best of the Super Juniors?
I'd rather him be in the G1.
G1, but here's the thing. G1, we're still a few months away.
Yeah,
I'm thinking short, like what could you do right specifically now? I can check his. Let me check his weight.
I would rather them send Dante Martin for Best of Super Juniors. Honestly, I would
I
rather
think Top Flight are getting those
or AR
Ring of Honor
Fox
belts.
or AR Fox. That's what I'd rather them do.
For Wheeler, because Wheeler Yuta, who they sent last year, Wheeler Yuta is 189 pounds, while Ricky Starks is 194 pounds. So he's
Yes.
about the same weight. I think you could get away with sending Ricky over for Best of Super Juniors.
Anyway, let's move on, Kane. Let's continue with this because
Yeah.
I still have to eat. You still got Mike still has to eat probably, and you still got to prep, man. You still
No,
gotta,
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
You're the only one who's got to go. The rest of us are just like vibing.
listen, man. I got to do, man, before 7
Go
o'clock.
eat. Go eat. Nobody's holding you here.
I'm not
Go
gonna
eat.
listen. I'm not eating on the air. It's unprofessional.
No, go get food. You don't gotta be
None,
here. It's okay.
none. Excuse me. Excuse me. How dare you?
You don't gotta be here.
Listen. I'll think
Well,
about
look,
that.
we're about to talk about women anyways. We already know
Listen,
you don't like the women.
I love this segment. We're talking about Ruby Soho.
You actually did like this segment. So
I
next
loved
up,
it.
Ruby Soho
We
and
just talked about this though. Did we just talk about this? Kinda. We kind of
We
did.
did. We did. I kind of
was that when I
introduced the
wasn't here?
segment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
did.
What'd you say? What did you feel about it, Mike?
No, Chase asked me what did Ruby Soho say, and I said she basically blamed all the nerds and virgins, and we talked about it.
The neck beards.
Yeah, she
The
kinda
neck
did a
beards.
typical like heel you people promo, but I thought this was really good.
Yeah.
Best woman segment in a very long time on television.
Deservingly
Good
so,
match.
and
Good
best
match
of
between
all,
Sky
not a
Blue and
9:25.
Ruby Soho.
Not a 9:25 either. It was I think early in the 8 o'clock hour. Was it?
No, this was around 8:30.
Fair enough.
This was
Good.
very early.
Good.
This was the
I love
third segment of the show. Yeah, good match. Ruby turning on Willow, so I assume Willow might be part of that originals group,
Yes.
which would work. Yeah. FTR, Dax and Cash, interviewed by Tony Schiavone. Basically, just the top guys are here. Promo, and they want the guns. Simple.
Yes. They want the guns, and I hope they do.
Yeah, I think they're gonna beat the guns.
I love the passion of the promo from Cash, right? It was Cash who
It was Cash. Cash was mainly on the mic, and Dax said
who spilled his guts, and I love that. I thought overall what it means to them and all that stuff. And I do think they're sticking around. I don't see them leaving. Why would they? Why would they leave?
I think that there's more down the road for CMFTR soon.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Let's move on, Katie. Let's move on. You have all the notes. You're.
I'm ready. I got the next stuff. Renee Paquette backstage with TBS champion Jade Cargill. And it looks like she's going to be facing a Canadian next week. People are speculating independent Hall of Famer Lufisto, Taya Valkyrie. You could have
if you want to open that forbidden
one,
door,
Jody Threat, who's owned one by AEW after taking an ass beating by Athena. So there's some options.
If you want to open the forbidden door, isn't Jordan Grace Canadian? She is, right?
She's from Austin, Texas.
Oh, I'm sorry, my apologies. I thought she was Canadian.
No, she's from my hometown.
Okay, good. Okay, my apologies.
Yeah, I was like, when you said, I heard Jordan Grace, and I was like, oh, he's gonna think Jordan Grace is Canadian, isn't he?
I thought she was. I thought.
No. She's from Texas.
She's from your neck of the woods. Okay.
Yeah, she's from Austin.
Romeo's great friend, Jordan Grace. That'll be a fun match, though. That'll be a fun match.
Yeah, there's some good options that they have. I would have said Chelsea Green if she didn't go back to WWE, but
absolutely,
definitely not happening right now. But yeah, some good matches, some good options that they got there. Next up, AR Fox, Top Flight, Darius and Dante taking on the Jericho Appreciation Society, which was Jericho, Garcia, and Sammy Guevara. Fun little trios match here, mainly to set up and get Joss a win. Joss say that they want the House of Black afterwards, and the lights go off. They say, turn the lights off, come do the best. Jericho puts them over the way Jericho does. He says, the best entrance in pro wrestling right now, and come out and face us. And the lights go out, but it's the Elite's entrance as Carry On My Wayward Son. Yeah, Kenny Omega gets the mic, cuts the promo. Kenny Omega and the Bucks have actually not cut a single promo on television since returning from their suspension. So this was finally a time that they could cut a promo. And Don Callis grabs the mic because they're kind of setting up Callis turning on them or them turning on Callis. And he takes the mic and says, basically tells Jericho that he's the second best wrestler from Winnipeg, and that if he had a few months of training, he'd actually be the third best wrestler from Winnipeg, because obviously he's also from Don Callis is also from Winnipeg, where they're going to be next week.
Come on, Walter, will you stop?
Stop that. Kenny Omega also said he said that he was kind of like a SP3 compared it to mob bosses, where he goes, we've stayed out of your way, y'all have stayed out of ours, but now you're coming into our lane a little bit, you're coming into our territory in the trios division, so you gotta go through us because we just lost to the House of Black, we deserve a rematch. And then the lights go out, House of Black on the Titantron saying they begin their promo and they say, if you guys want a shot, lights go back out. Then they're all standing on the ramp. Got Brody King facing towards the Elite, Buddy, Malachi, Julia facing towards the Joss, who outnumber them by a few more. That's why the three are facing there, and they got their muscle facing the three of the Elite. Awesome fucking visual. But he says, then you guys can have it. And that sets up a trios 3-way, 9 men, the House of Black, defending against both the Elite and the Jericho Appreciation Society. Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, wrestling in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, their hometown. Oh, buddy, this is going to be a fucking banger.
I'll just say this. Looking at this graphic, Brody King looks so badass right now.
He looks fucking awesome.
He looks fucking awesome. Listen, I know a lot of folks would have expected Jericho versus Kenny one-on-one, but this is as close as it's going to get. This is as close as it's going to get right now. For that in Winnipeg, this is likely closing the show. I don't see this opening. This has to close the show with two of the Winnipeg guys, but we shall see how that goes down. Big Mike, aren't you excited for this, man?
Yeah, man. I thought the segment overall was good. I thought this match is gonna be really, really good. I can't wait, man. Really can't wait.
Yes. Look at this. Caden, would you know would this be the first time people gonna lose in their hometown for AEW? And
no, it would not be.
Counting any Floridians.
I
Brody
believe
King, the future AEW world champ. I agree.
He just asked me a question. Let me answer it. If I'm correct, did MJF beat Pillman? No, MJF. Did MJF face Pillman at Grand Slam? Was that the match for MJF? Because I think they did the promo in Cincinnati, not the match.
Yeah, they did. They did. I think it was in Cincinnati. Because I remember since he came out in like Bengals colors. So there's that too.
Now I gotta think. I think there has been. I just gotta check.
All right, let's continue. Let's continue with this though. Let's multitask here, people.
Yeah. While we're talking about the next match, they did the do you want to talk about the international championship?
We kind of did already. We kind of thought, again, I think,
Yeah.
we talked about the differences and all that stuff. I mean, it's cool. We'll give it to Jeff Jarrett. Let's move on.
Yeah, next up we had the Danielson promo.
Yeah, it was Grand Slam. It was.
The Danielson promo.
Yes, he was very sad, no pun intended, about losing. How he basically let everyone down, let his kids down, how the word that MJF said, he won't be able to play with his kids no more, all that stuff came in his thought. But just basically just in defeat. And now he just wants to go home. And everyone's wondering, he's going home. He's going home. Could this mean Ring of Honor? I don't know. I think, honestly, he's going to just take some time off.
I think going home means he's literally going home.
Yes, that's what I think. That's what it means too. But I think also we got to give the man some time off. I think, he's had in the last couple of months, he's had these banger after banger. I know, no pun intended here, but he did.
Yeah.
He's carried a lot of people to great matches, and he had the performance of a lifetime, right, in the Iron Man match. So yeah, I do think he does deserve some time off. You know, that's what I think it means more than anything. Now, if you bring him back, for the love of God, imagine they bring him back to
They
the
don't have the
final
money
count.
for that.
Listen, Tony Khan has the money. Trust me. If Tony Khan can
They
forego
no, they don't. I'm telling you right now. I know what they asked. They don't have the money.
how much did they ask for?
$100,000 per use
Tony Khan be like,
is
oh
the
my God.
is from what's understood is $100,000 per use.
They could probably work out a
I
deal.
don't know for sure. That's what I've heard. And in which case,
Wait,
that's how much most of the wrestlers make in a year.
You just said you knew and you're not sure.
I said I'm fairly like that's what I had heard. I had heard $100,000 per use.
Okay. Well, or remix it or mix it up a little bit. We'll see. Big Mike, your thoughts on that, man? Your thoughts on Brian and all that stuff, him going home?
Yeah, I mean, he should, man. He's been killing it every single time he's been on AEW television, match after match, promo after promo, put on a hell of an Iron Man match with MJF. Yeah, bro, go home.
It was
Go
a
home.
long
Rest
time,
up.
Walter. We were high,
Rest up.
okay?
Yeah, rest up, man. Come back. It's at any time you want, but just rest up, man. You deserve a break.
He does.
So I did confirm. This is from Danielson. They would have been allowed to play the song 20 times per year for several $100,000. If you guys think Tony can buy that, no, he cannot, because that is the price of a CM Punk. Or not even the price of a CM Punk. That's the price of a wrestler. And they, if you don't know this,
lower tier. Which tier?
no, not even a lower tier. That's probably the price that you're going to pay for like a Miro.
Which you're not even using. You're not even using Miro.
But the thing, but that's
You
what
guys are not
people
even
don't
used right
understand
now.
is that
They're cooled
that's.
off.
But again, that's usually a lot of that prices are over time, including all these other things. 20 times per year to pay that much fucking money for a song that would give you no return, like Walter, no return on investment. That's the thing, is that's money completely out the door. You're not making anything back on that, on doing that. It's not going to pop yourself a rating. So no, it's fucking stupid. I also wanted to show off MJSI.
That hematoma's lowering down.
Yep. It's a little blurry, but
We get it.
damn.
So what else happened, Caden? What else happened here?
We had the Dark Order, Reynolds and Silver taking on the Blackpool Combat Club, and it was a good match. They had this was the full heel turn for the Blackpool Combat Club. Afterwards, they beat up Silver and Reynolds. And Hangman Adam Page came out. He is using the old music, guys, and a lot of people were a little scared. I had heard that night from Mikey Ruckus that it was a one-time thing. He posted on Twitter about it. I think a lot of people just didn't see that. But yeah, one-time music. They had licensed it. And this is setting up, they got Dark Order and Blackpool Combat Club. I'm kind of thinking that this leads to Hangman going back to find the Elite, and that this sets up Elite with Hangman, the full-fledged Elite again, taking on the Combat Club, and that's how they bring Danielson back.
Very well be. To me, it's like this. I thought they were done with this because Brian, Hangman did cut a promo with Renee Paquette. They feel like they were done. We're moving on, and it's like, well, something keeps to quote that Chingy song. Something keeps pulling him back.
Well, yeah, he said, "I'm done with it if Mox wants to be done with it." And I kind of, me and Romeo, I think both predicted that Hangman was going to beat Mox, and that would piss off Mox so much that this would. That's why it would continue, but it would be like a stable thing.
Something just keeps pulling him back. But we'll see. We'll see where this goes. There's people saying blood and guts. Could be. Never know.
I don't think they pay for that song by Saraya. Saraya's song, because it's made by her boyfriend. I don't think they pay for that.
I don't know either. What else happened, Caden?
Next up, Renee Paquette interviewing the Acclaim. We're gonna see. I think we're gonna see the Acclaim versus Daddy Magic, Matt Menard, and Cool Hand Angelo Parker. Either on, they're not. They're advertising that the Acclaimed are in action, so I would assume probably like next week on Dynamite. and that the Acclaim just kind of have a squash match on Rampage. So yeah, fine. And then we already talked about the main event, Falls Count Anywhere. Besides the ending, good match. Did exactly what it needed to do. Take away the QT shit, but I'm happy for Hobbs, the second ever black singles males champion in AEW, the third ever overall if you include the women in singles division, not in the tag division. So good to see there. I liked Hobbs for a while. So
Yeah, me too. Me too. I think, despite the whole little thing with QT, I'm happy for the guy.
Yep.
But I just don't like this idea of the TNT title being the hot potato. Back. I hope this is the last title change we do for a long time.
I think it's the last one for a while. I think Hobbs is going to hold this belt for a long time.
Give him a year run. Hold it for a year. That's right, a year. That's what I would do.
I think you could have him. I wouldn't say a year. I mean,
maximum a year. Maximum a year. Minimum 7 months.
How would you feel about him dropping this to Starks and then sometime over the summer to give Starks a title run?
I wouldn't mind it, but again, it's just that the title has been hot potato for way too long that and again, time goes so fast nowadays. The next thing, go on. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No. I cut you off. You keep going. I didn't realize. I thought you were done. No, that was my fault. You go.
No, so I don't want this to be again that we're hot potatoing the belt, and I think that at the end of the day, you want to get that stench out. Okay, this belt was hot potato for way too long. Let's put it on someone. Let's get him a good run. I'm not saying like Gunther in WWE with the IC title, but a good lengthy, maybe past the summer. Maybe if you want to do the Ricky Start, maybe at the end of the summer, at a Grand Slam or at an All Out, maybe. But
Romeo, we showed the MJF picture, by the way. So here's the thing about Ricky and Hobbs. Technically speaking, in AEW terms, Hobbs owns the only win over Ricky because Ricky's win in that lights out match does not count. It's a lights out match. So I would like them to run that back and to give Ricky the win over Hobbs. The reason I don't have an issue with the hot potatoing is AEW does not ever do this, where someone wins a title and they drop it so quick, like 2 days late, 3 days later. He won it on Sunday, he lost it on Wednesday. AEW's never done a short title reign like that. So I don't have an issue with the hot potatoing, especially because it's a TV title and no other belts do that. Like I said, the last time a championship singles belt changed hands besides the TNT title was at Full Gear. The women's World Championship changed hands there. So the women's champion has held this belt for 4 months about across the 4 months. MJF almost held the belt for 4 months. And Orange Cassidy won the belt in Toronto on October 8th or 9th. So he's held that belt for a really long time too. So I'm okay with I wouldn't say don't do it every 3 days, obviously. But if you wanted to change the title every 2 to 3 months, I'm okay with that because it's a TV title. A TV title should be defended every week. And by that standard, the more you defend it, the more opportunity you have to lose it. So I'm okay with that if you book it right. It's all about booking it right. I am perfectly okay with kind of doing 2 to 3 month title reigns because that's how TV belts always were. And CPZ saying, stop it, this ain't no jobber belt. Guys, go watch WCW with their TV title. That shit hot potatoed too.
What period,
that's how TV titles work.
What period though? What time period though? WCW we're talking about here?
I can't tell you the exact time period, but just look at the history. Most TV titles hot potatoed for most of wrestling history. TV titles aren't meant to have year-long reigns most of the time.
And I get what you're saying, but you got to remember, if we go back in time here, I remember a former champion saying that this belt will never be secondary here. You know what I mean? And you would think you would honor that.
Come on, Cody's Cody.
We don't give a fuck though. You would honor that though. You would honor that tradition though. RVD says otherwise. Yeah, the ECW TV, he had that long legendary run.
Yeah, and I said there's obviously exceptions to the rule, right? Wardlow held his belt for I think 5 to 6 months. Darby held that belt from Full Gear until a few weeks before Double or Nothing. Miro held it for a few months. But even then, nobody's held that belt longer than 6 months in general. I don't think there's ever been a champion to hold the belt longer than 6 months. So I'm okay. Like, I'm okay with 3 to 4 month reigns. Like, I don't think anybody should hold it longer than 7 or 8.
Anyway, I hear you.
I don't have an issue with it.
Okay. That was basically the All Atlantic title isn't even getting that hot potato treatment.
That's the thing. It's like the All Atlantic title is a mid Carter belt that can have the long reigns because it's not. I mean, it is kind of a TV title at this point, but I think I don't understand the big deal about, especially considering that this is the first time they've ever changed a belt like that. And Joe even held the belt for held it for a month. Not that bad.
I think the problem is for the AEW viewer, they're not accustomed to that.
Yes.
They're not accustomed to these short run. They're accustomed to these long runs where these champions have these 30-minute classics, these back and forth, right? All right, Steven, ready for the nap, y'all. I mean, I still gotta eat. I still gotta, be ready for later today for All Honor. The man of honor is making his comeback. Everyone knows, your boy here he's a man of honor. Always have, always will be a man of honor. You know what I mean? So there's that. That was everything, right? We covered basically everything from Dynamite, right?
Yeah, I think we went through it all. I think there's this week was a lot more built around the stories and the conversations than it was specifically inside the ring. That's why we spent way more time talking about other shit than we did talking about what actually happened like in the matches, because that wasn't the focus of this week.
Exactly. All right, y'all. We're gonna wrap things up here. We want to thank you all for tuning in. This channel will be live literally in 2 hours plus.
About 2 hours.
About 2 hours or so. Hope you guys tune in again for another edition of All Honor, hosted by this SOB right here, this mother flower right here, this man of honor. But Caden, let them know, what can we expect tonight on All Honor besides this wonderful graphic.
Yeah, our main event tonight is Athena defending against Willow Nightingale, the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. Aussie Open will also be in action against Tracy Williams and Rhett Titus. We're going to have some other championship matches. The opener should be Samoa Joe defending his Ring of Honor TV title against Tony Deppen. Wheeler Yuta will defend the Pure title against Timothy Thatcher. And we're going to also, with that, we're going to get some good information on what Thatcher is going to do at Supercard. We're going to kind of get the ground laid out for that, the path to Supercard of Honor. For a lot of people, we're going to get a lot of we're going to get a good idea for some people of where they're going for Supercard. Also announced last night, came out of the Rampage tapings, I believe, or maybe it was after the show. Something happened, but Mark Briscoe said that there will be a reach for It's not a spoiler. It was literally all over. It's news.
Did AEW post it on the news?
I don't know if AEW posted it. We talked about it on stream.
Well, fine. It's one time.
I mean, only. Steve, I already know.
It's not a spoiler. It has nothing. Fine. It wasn't even told to us in the tapings. They're going to be doing.
Listen, we got to save some bone for Friday. Save some meat for the meat on the bone.
We can at least say that it's happening. They're doing a ladder match for the ROH Tag Team Championships, a Reach for the Sky ladder match at Supercard of Honor. So I think they're gonna. I assume they start setting that up, but based off of what I saw in the tapings, they didn't mention it to us at the tapings. So I don't know. Maybe commentary slips that in, and we just weren't told because they didn't tell us a lot. They just kind of like, oh, here's your matches, go.
There you go. Well, all right, guys, gonna wrap things up here, but thank you all for tuning in. You can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. You can also, if you're new here, if you're new to this channel, the Around the Point Network, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification. We go live almost every day now here on the Around the Point Network, not just here on YouTube, but also on Twitch as well. If you're on Twitch, twitch.tv/aroundthepoint, hit the follow button there. as we're trying to become a Twitch affiliate and all that fun stuff. All right. In case you missed it, the channel, we've been live almost every day now. We've been at it. We've been doing stuff here. On literally this past Tuesday, we did the Raw rundown where we recapped everything from Monday Night Raw. And yesterday we did Let's Talk NXT, even though the graphic isn't here, but we did Let's Talk NXT, the Roadblock recap. Shout out to Big Mike. There you go, Ben Richardson. Thank you. Shout out to Big Mike. They remember Big Mike 313. Okay. Isn't that your old screen name, Mike, back in the day? If memory serves me correctly. And of course, here you guys are with S.A.D. And later on today, you'll be here with All Honor. All right. Big Mike, let them know where can they check you out. And he froze on me. He froze. Caden, let them know where can they check you. Oh, Big Mike's back. Big Mike's back. Big Mike's back. Big Mike, let them know where can they check you out.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Detroit Gamer 313. Also, every single day here on the Around the Point Network. Also on the For Romeo Anthony channel. I believe he just dropped, or is going to drop today, the second episode of the second season of Bel Air that we react to. It was me, Ness, Silver Guy JJ, and Romeo.
Okay. And of course, Mr. Caden Lee, let them know where can they find you.
You can find me at Twitter at Caden, KADEN_FTW. You can find me later today, as Steve already talked about, on All Honor, Ring of Honor Watch Along. I do not know who will be on that show as of right now. I'm working on getting some guests, just not exactly sure if they're going to be able to make it. But
are you getting guests? Okay, well, me, hey.
I'm trying to see if I can get special guests on, but if not, I'll be joined by Big Mike and Heel Steven on that show.
It's gonna be a fun one,
If you don't show up, he's gonna do to you what's on his shirt. He's gonna layeth the smacketh down on your candy ass.
If right, or if now you got to deal with me, the true man of honor. You know what I mean? I'm a man of honor. You know, always man of honor here. Nothing but honor here. Look at his face right here. The definition of honor right here.
I'm for mine now.
All right. But this has been, again, guys, this was fun. I want to thank, and of course, Chase Oliver. Check him out on Twitter at ChaseOliver68. You can also check out his show coming up this Saturday on Chilling with Chase, where we'll be ranking all the Rocky and Creed movies and every single fighter from all the movies. It'll be a fun one. I cannot wait for that one. I cannot wait. But thank you all again for tuning in. For myself, for Big Mike, for Caden, for Chase, and for all of you guys, the gang, this has been S.A.D. Something About Dynamite here on the Around the Point Network. We'll see you guys later in about 2 hours from now on Caden's show. All Honor. See you guys then.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.